Redmen, Dewey for the Cardinals. And the Redmen will go right to left on your radio dial to start this ball game. Final instructions from the refs. There's the whistle. The ball is up, and McKenzie wins the tip. LaPie tracks it down before it goes out of bounds. So the Redmen start the ball game with the basketball as LaPie works against Cameron Lindsay. LaPie picks up his dribble now to McKenzie right side. McKenzie looks in for Nolan Lehman. Instead on the dribble out front between the circles. Picks up his dribble now to Lehman right wing. Lehman works against Dewey. Out front to Overmiller. Wyatt drives inside. Shot is up in the paint off the back of the iron. No good. Rebounded by Ethan Hamilton. Hamilton now leads the break left to right for the Cardinals. Lindsay out front to Hamilton. Back to Lindsay right wing. They get it inside for Bryn. He turns around. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Tegan McKenzie. Kelch has it out front. He works against A.J. Brown. Now down to LaPie right wing. LaPie on the dribble. Now back out front to McKenzie. Tegan McKenzie looking to pass it off. Gives it to Overmiller. Now down to Lehman in the right wing. Guarded by Dewey. Lehman looking on the dribble. Picks it up. Goes out front to Overmiller. Overmiller swings around to McKenzie left wing. Back to Overmiller, right side. Wyatt puts up the three. That one no good. Rebound put back by Lehman. Too hard, no good. And then it's rebounded by Anders Dewey. Dewey hands it off to Cameron Lindsay. Lindsay left wing. Shot over. Overmiller is good for three. So Cameron Lindsay gets the Cardinals on the board and the first points of the ball game. It's 3-0. Plainville leads Smith Center with 6:20 left to go in the first quarter. Lehman, scoop pass to Overmiller. Overmiller tracks it down between the circles. Inside for Lehman. Lehman works against Dewey. Shot is up and good. Lehman with the height advantage. He's listed at 6'4", Dewey at 6 foot. So Lehman with the height advantage inside. The Redmen take advantage of it that time as now the Cardinals get it to Hamilton in the left corner. His two is good.
Ethan Hamilton.
5-2. The Plainville Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen. 5:48 left to go in the first quarter. Kelch has it. Look inside for Lehman. As now they get it to Overmiller. He gets it back to Kelch. Kelch going to drive in. Kicks it out front to McKenzie. McKenzie gives it to Overmiller right side. Overmiller tipped out by Hamilton. They run into LaPie, and LaPie picks up the basketball. LaPie fakes left, goes right, working against Cameron Lindsay, loses the handle on it, picks it up in the right corner. They look inside for Lehman, tipped out by Dewey, and it will remain Redmen basketball. 5:22 left to go in the first quarter, 5-2. Plainville leads Smith Center by 3. Overmiller looking to inbound, still looking. Now going to get it into Kelch. Kelch works against Ethan Hamilton. Kelch gets it over to Lehman, left wing. Lehman out front to Overmiller. Overmiller now guarded by Dewey, around to Kelch right wing. Kelch looks in, now back out to McKenzie, top of the key. Back to Kelch right wing, pump fakes. Gives it over to LaPie right wing. Again, they're looking in for Lehman. They get it to him, and just out of his reach, out of bounds, off of his fingertips, and it will be Plainville basketball. 4:57 left to go in the first quarter. First turnover of the ball game for the Redmen. As Davion Orr getting set to come in. Benji Carr also getting set to come in for the Redmen. Cardinals work the ball around the perimeter. 4:43 left to go in the first quarter. 5-2. Plainville leads Smith Center by 3 here in the boys' third place game. Lindsay for 3 again. This time no good. Rebound fought for. Bryn comes down with it. Out front to Dewey. Back to Hamilton for 3. No good. Rebound tracked down by A.J. Brown. Brown puts it back up off the glass and good. So that makes it 7-2. It is going to be Plainville leading by 5 with 4:12 left to go in the first quarter. Kelch going to be fouled by A.J. Brown. His first personal foul. First Cardinals team foul. So Redmen will reset things here.
Fouls on number 23, A.J. Brown, his first, team first.
So Lehman has it for the Redmen. They can get the Redmen subs in there at that foul called, so Lehman now gets it back from Overmiller underneath the basket, and somehow Nolan got that basket to fall in. As Lehman now has all 4 points, and the Redmen trail 7-4. Well, make it 10-4, and then a foul going to be called on LaPie after the shot. As Cameron Lindsay buried the 3, he's already got 6, and then a foul on the Redmen, and it's going to be on Taylor LaPie, his first Redmen team foul.
Fouls on number 12, Taylor LaPie, his first, team first.
So Davion Orr gets called for, or is coming in, and Tegan McKenzie takes his seat. Also, Taylor LaPie taking a seat. So Carr and Orr coming in. Lindsay for 3 again. This time no good. Rebound fought for, and Nolan Lehman comes down with it. His second rebound of the ball game. Outlets ahead to Overmiller. Wyatt brings it up the court. He had 20 points against that Central Plains game, or in that Central Plains game to lead that comeback as Lehman works against Hamilton, and Hamilton going to be fouled. Or Lehman going to be fouled by Hamilton, I should say. First on Hamilton, and the second on the Plainville Cardinals.
Hamilton, his first, team second.
3:05 left to go in the first half, or first quarter, and Plainville leads by 6 at 10-4. Lehman will head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Nolan Lehman to the line to shoot 2.
First one for Lehman, high arcing, rattles out, no good. So Nolan will get set for the second one. Trying to cut in the 6-point lead. On its way, that one's good, and Nolan's got all 5 for the Redmen as they trail by 5. 10-5. Dewey has it down to the right corner. Kicks it out front to Lindsay, down to the left corner to Hamilton, inside for Bredden, gives it back to Hamilton. Ball's up for grabs, out of bounds, last touch by the Cardinals, their first turnover of the ball game. So Redmen basketball. Overmiller calls out the offense. 2:40 left to go in the first quarter. 10-5 is our score. Plainville leads Smith Center here in the boys' third place game of the Amos Morris Classic. Overmiller has it right corner, guarded by Hamilton. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Lehman, and Lehman going to get called for the foul. His first personal foul, second Redmen team foul. Coach Miller, I'm sure not too upset with that foul by Lehman, as Lehman being very aggressive underneath. That time just a little too much as one of the Cardinals hit the floor. So Lehman being aggressive underneath there, getting the position as he's got the height advantage over all of the Cardinal defenders right now. As Lindsay fires up another 3, this one no good. Rebound fought for, Bryn comes down with it. Shot is up and good. Bryn's got 2, and now the Cardinals regain their 7-point lead, 12-5. 2:05 left to go in the first quarter. Overmiller gets it ahead to Kelch in the right corner, and stripped away by Hamilton. Now stolen away by Lehman, lays it in, and good. He's got 7. He's got all 7 for the Redmen as they trail by 5 once again, 12-7. Cameron Lindsay going to drive into the paint. Kicks it out right wing, 3 on the way. Off the glass and good for Madden Staub. Puts the Cardinals back up 15-7 with 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. Orr has it down to the left corner to Carr. Benji going to get tripped up by Brandon Bryn. First personal, third a Cardinals team foul. As Taylor LaPie and Tegan McKenzie getting set to come back in for the Redmen. Lehman going to take a seat. Tara Kelch going to take a seat. Brandon Bryn and Ethan Hamilton take a seat for the Cardinals. As Trenton Downing comes into the game. As Carr trying to get the inbounds pass from Overmiller. Tipped out by Cameron Lindsay. As it's Lindsay along with Dewey. Also Downing in there, Madden Staub in, and A.J. Brown for the Cardinals. McKenzie gets the inbounds pass now to Carr. Carr back to LaPie in the left corner. LaPie drives baseline, left baseline shot, and he'll head to the free throw line. That's the 4th team foul on the Cardinals. 1:21 left to go here in the first quarter. 15-7, Plainville leads Smith Center. Fouls on Madden Staub, his first personal foul. Boys' third place game here in the Amos Morris Classic, as Plainville leads 15-7. LaPie shooting 2. First one's good. His first point of the ball game. Cuts the lead down 15-8 with 1:21 left to go in the first. LaPie getting set for the second one. And that one good as well. So Taylor LaPie with 2. And the Redmen cut the lead down to 6 as Dewey quickly up the court to Staub. Staub, 15-foot jumper, good. Staub's got 5 of the 17, and Plainville leads 17-9 with 1:05 left to go in the first. As Orr finds Overmiller behind the defense. Overmiller down, right block, stops and pops for 3 at the right wing. LaPie tried to save it in, and it stepped out of bounds, so it will be Plainville basketball. 56 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Plainville leads 17-9. Dewey ahead to Downing. Off his leg, out of bounds, and it will be Smith Center basketball with 53 seconds left to go in the first. Downing takes a seat. Hamilton comes back in. Redmen get it into Overmiller. 8-point lead for Plainville. 17-9 with 47 seconds left to go in the first. Overmiller has it to Orr. Orr drives in, loses the handle on it, picked it up. Down to McKenzie in the left corner, out front to Overmiller. Down to the left corner to Orr. Orr down to the baseline, picks up his dribble, now looking to pass off. Looking, finds LaPie. LaPie kicks it out to Overmiller. Overmiller down to Benji Carr, tipped out by Dewey. Carr tracks it down in front of the Cardinal bench. Carr drives inside, throws it up at the basket. No good this time, and it rebounded by Dewey. Dewey drives in, no look pass to Staub, up and good. What a great no look pass. Anders Dewey looked left, found Madden Staub right, and that makes it 19-9. Carr has it 2 seconds. Carr at the buzzer, blocked by Dewey, and that's how the quarter ends with Anders Dewey blocking Benji Carr, and Plainville leads 19-9 at the end of quarter number 1. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this as you're listening to Redmen basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
Over at the middle school, your 7th place final was Ellsworth 61, Central Plains 65.
And welcome back to Russell and the Amos Morris Classic as we are in the boys' third place game where Plainville leads 19-9 after quarter number 1 over Smith Center. Seven points of the 9 for the Redmen coming from Nolan Lehman in that first quarter. For the Cardinals, well, they have 7 from Madden Staub, 6 from Cameron Lindsay. As Anders Dewey looking for his first points of the game, can't find it on that three-pointer, rebounded by Nolan Lehman. So after a 30-point performance the last time against Smith Center, the Redmen doing a good job against Anders Dewey here, keeping him scoreless so far here in the first half. Lehman has it, skip pass to Kelch. Kelch drives in, kicks out to LaPie. LaPie fakes right, goes left, shot is up and good. LaPie has 4, and it's now an 8-point game once again, a 19-11. Plainville leads. Cameron Lindsay kicks it out to Ethan Hamilton. Underneath for Bryn. Wide open. Blocked from behind by Tegan McKenzie. And Nolan Lehman comes away with the rebound. Lehman leads the break now for the Redmen as they trail by 8, 19-11. 7-12 left to go in the first half. LaPie drives in. Tipped out. Stolen away by A.J. Brown. And then stolen away by Davion Orr as they were looking deep. Orr stole it away. Now gives it back to Lehman. Lehman picked up to McKenzie. Now to Orr, left wing. Shots on its way for Orr. No good. Rebound fought for. Dewey comes down with it. Dewey's got 3 rebounds. Passes it ahead. Tipped by Orr. Hamilton tried to save it in, and it's going to be a turnover on the Cardinals. Their 4th of the ball game. 6:47 left to go in the first half. 19-11 is our score. The Plainville Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen by that 8-point margin. Kelch brings it up the court for the Redmen. He works against A.J. Brown. Gets it across the timeline ahead to Taylor LePie. LePie at the right wing works against Cameron Lindsay. Picks up his dribble at the right wing. Now looking to pass off. Still looking, and a foul going to be called. And going to call a foul on Anders Dewey. First personal, 15 foul. As good job there by the ref. Dewey asked exactly what it was that he was getting called for, so that way he knows what not to do the next time. So Dewey picked up his first personal foul, 5th Cardinals team foul. Dewey getting told he's using just a little bit too much elbow working against Nolan Lehman. So again, picks up his first foul. Now Lehman has it at the right block. Shot over A.J. Brown, no good. Fighting for the rebound, and Kelch going to get called for a foul. His first personal foul, 3rd Redmen team foul. As Wyatt Overmiller getting set to come back in for the Redmen.
Fouls on number 3, Tarek Kelch, his first, team 3rd.
LePie going to take a seat. Hamilton inbounds to Cameron Lindsay. And with 6:20 left to go in the first half, Plainville leads Smith Center 19-11. Boys' third place game here from the Amos Morris Classic in Russell. Brown has it out front to Lindsay. Lindsay works against Overmiller. Now to Hamilton. Down to the right baseline to Bryn. Ball gets tipped around and stolen away by Nolan Lehman. Lehman gives it to Overmiller. 6 minutes left to go in the first half. Plainville leads by 8, 19-11. Orr has it left wing. He's going to drive in. Picks up his dribble. Cut off by Hamilton. Goes out to Kelch. Now to the right wing to Overmiller. Open for 3. No good. Rebound put back by Lehman off the glass. It rolls out. No good. Rebounded by Dewey. Dewey leads the break. He's going to drive all the way in. Scoop shot from the left block. No good. Rebounded by Bryn. Dewey for 3, no good. Rebound fought for, and Nolan Lehman comes down with it this time. He's already got 6 rebounds to go along with his 7 points. 5:24 left to go in the first half. 19-11. Plainville continues to lead by 8. Overmiller has it to Kelch left wing. He's guarded there by A.J. Brown. Again, they look in for Lehman as he's got the height advantage on Dewey. Dewey's been doing a nice job underneath, though, fronting Lehman and making it hard for the Redmen to get it in to the big man underneath. Overmiller has it right corner. Picks up his dribble after 1 dribble. Now to McKenzie. He's guarded by Brandon Bryn out front. McKenzie swings around to Orr. Orr now to Overmiller. Left corner 3 for Wyatt on its way. And no good. Rebound put back by Lehman. And it's good. Lehman just too tall underneath. Reached up over the defense. Got the offensive board. Put it back in. He's got 9 points, 7 rebounds. And he's got 9 of the 13 for the Redmen as they trail by 6, 19-13. Bryn has it on the left baseline. Kicks it out front to Lindsay. To the right side to A.J. Brown. 1 dribble, now hands it off to Dewey. Dewey kicks it out to Hamilton. Down to Lindsay, left corner 3 on its way. Good! Lindsay's hit 3 threes here in the first half, and that makes it 22-13. A timeout called on the court. We'll take one with them as Plainville leads Smith Center 22-13. You're listening to Redmen Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Okay.
And go.
And welcome back to Russell High School. Jesse Ray with you. Boys' third place game from the Amos Morris Classic. As right now, Plainville leads Smith Center 22-13. Taylor LePie on the drive for the Redmen. Underneath for Nolan Lehman again. Pump fake shot off the glass and good. Lehman's got 11, and the Redmen cut the lead down. It's 22-15. Plainville leads with 3:55 left to go in the first half. Cameron Lindsay again open for three. This time can't make the Redmen pay as Tegan McKenzie comes down with the rebound, as Lindsay has already hit 3 threes here in the first half. Not the player the Redmen want to leave open from beyond the arc as Lehman drives inside this time. Too hard off the glass, rebounded by Cameron Lindsay. Lindsay drives down, left block, left elbow, picks up his dribble. Back out to Dewey, left corner. Skip pass to Hamilton, right side. Underneath for A.J. Brown, threw his hands out of bounds, and unofficially 6th turnover of the ballgame for the Cardinals. As Madden Staub going to be coming back in. A.J. Brown going to take a seat. 3:24 left to go here in the first half. These two teams are the teams that played for 7th last year here in this tournament. Again, playing for 3rd today. So right now, 22-15. Plainville leads Smith Center as Benji Carr gets the inbounds pass. Gives it back to Tarek Kelch. Kelch clears everybody out. He works against Hamilton across the timeline. Now to Lehman. Lehman has it at the right wing. Lets the offense work. He looks inside for Benji Carr. Can't quite get it to him. Gives it to Lepai, and a foul going to be called on Lehman. His 2nd personal foul, 4th Redmen team foul, as a Dewey takes the charge.
Number 24, Nolan Lehman.
And it makes it 3:08 left to go here in the first half. Plainville leads Smith Center 22-15 as Davion Orr comes back in. Tarek Kelch going to take a seat. Hamilton brings it up the court for the Cardinals. Left to right on your radio dial. To Lindsay, to Staub, back to Lindsay, left wing. They swing around to Hamilton, down to the right baseline to Bryn. Skip pass to Lindsay, left wing. He's going to drive inside. Shovel shot up, no good. Rebounded by Nolan Lehman. He's already got 8 rebounds. Well, Overmiller brings it up the court for the Redmen. He works against Hamilton, down to the left corner to Orr. Fakes right, goes left, and stripped out by Hamilton. So, A.J. Brown coming back in for the Plainville Cardinals. Brandon Bryn going to take a seat. As the Redmen get into the Lehman, his shot no good, tipped out, but rebounded by A.J. Brown. Now Dewey has it. Down to the right corner to Hamilton. Hamilton has it. On the drive, kicks it out to Lindsay, left wing. Down to Dewey, pump fakes, drives in. Underneath for Brown. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Davion Orr. Orr outlets ahead to Overmiller. Wyatt brings it up again, working against Ethan Hamilton. Down to Davion Orr, left side. Orr hands it off to Carr. Carr now to Lehman. Lehman, top of the key, three's on its way. Rattles out, no good. Fight for the rebound is on, off of the Cardinals, and it is Redmen basketball. Tegan McKenzie, Tarek Kelch gets set to come back in. It's going to be Benji Carr and Taylor Lepai taking a seat. Minute 57 left to go here in the first half. Plainville leads 22-15. Overmiller gets it in to Orr. Orr kicks it out front to Kelch. Kelch to McKenzie, right wing. They look inside for Lehman again. Can't get it to him. Orr just inside the three-point line. No good. Rebound, fought for it into the hands of Lehman. Up and good.
Nolan Lehman for 2.
Nolan's already got 13, and the Redmen fighting back here. They trail 22-17. Minute 34 left to go in the first half. Dewey has the left wing. He's going to fire up a deep three. No good. Rebound, fought for A.J. Brown comes down with it for the Cardinals. Back out to Dewey. Dewey, hop step through the paint, kicks out. Lindsay, right corner three. No good this time. Rebound, fought for, out of bounds. Last touch by Dewey. Redmen basketball. Minute 18 left to go in the first half, and Plainville leads 22-17. They led 19-9 at the end of the first quarter. The Redmen doing a nice job here in the second quarter, allowing just 3 points so far by that Cardinal offense. As Tarek Kelch works against Cameron Lindsay, falls to the ground, ball's up for grabs. Overmiller comes up with it. Now to Lehman. Lehman pump fakes left, block off the glass and good. Lehman's got 15, and the Redmen are back in it. They trail by 3. 57 seconds left to go in the first half. They trail 22-19. Cardinals with the basketball. Staub trying to get the Cardinals on the board. No good. Rebounded by Tegan McKenzie. That's Tegan's 3rd rebound of the ball game. 45 seconds left to go in the first half. 22-19. Plainville leads Smith Center. Kelch, free throw line jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound, though. Looking inside, gets it to Lehman at the left block. Working against Dewey. Nice defensive effort by Dewey. And they're going to say that Dewey touched it out of as it goes out of bounds, so it'll remain Redmen basketball. 29 seconds left to go in the first half. Plainville leads 22-19. Overmiller to inbound. They get it into Lehman. Quick trigger, no good. Rebound by Dewey. Dewey underneath for Staub. Layup good. Staub's got 9, and it puts the Cardinals up 24-19. Coach Miller wants a timeout with 18 seconds left to go in the half, and the Cardinals up 24-19 on the Redmen. You're listening to Redmen basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Okay.
Three, two,
24-19. The Plainville Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen by that 5-point margin, but the Redmen doing a nice job. They've outscored the Cardinals here in the second quarter 10-5, as it will be Redmen basketball with 18 seconds left to go in the half. Full court pressure put on by the Plainville Cardinals as Lehman will look to inbound. Gets it into McKenzie. Now to Kelch. Kelch picks it up. Drives up the sideline. Going to drive all the way in. Lost the handle on it. Ball's up for grabs. Last touch by the Redmen. Fourth turnover on the Redmen. With 8 seconds left to go here in the half, the Plainville Cardinals lead by 5, 24-19. Dewey lets it roll. Picked it up. Drives in. Scoops pass to Lindsay. Lindsay drives in. Shot is up off the glass and good. Cameron Lindsay has 11. And Plainville leads at the half, 26-19. We'll take a timeout. Be back to wrap up the first half for you right after this as you're listening to Redmen basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Okay.
Three, two, 1.
And welcome back to Russell High School, Amos Morris Gymnasium. It is the Amos Morris Classic. And the boys' third place game, one half done, one half to go as we get set for the second half with Plainville leading Smith Center 26-19. For the Redmen to start the second half, well, they're going to go with their starters. It's Tegan McKenzie, Nolan Lehman, Taylor LaPie, Tarek Kelch, and Wyatt Overmiller for the Cardinals. Cameron Lindsay, A.J. Brown, Ethan Hamilton, Anders Dewey, and Brandon Bryn. Redmen basketball to start the second half as they go left to right on your radio dial. Overmiller has it out front. Picks up his dribble, now looking to pass off. Gives it to LaPie right side. LaPie letting the offense work. Now drives into the paint. Picks up his dribble, looking to pass off, and foul going to be called on the Cardinals. First team foul of the second half, and the first on Cameron Lindsay.
His first, team first.
7:44 left to go in the third quarter. Plainville leads 26-19. Lehman goes back to work, misses that one, rebounded by Brandon Bryn. Bryn gives it to Dewey. Dewey to Lindsay, right wing, back to Dewey. Dewey drives in, out to Hamilton, left corner. Thought about the three, instead back out front to Dewey. Dewey, spin move into the paint. Shot is up, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Tegan McKenzie, his fourth. Now let's ahead to Overmiller. Overmiller ahead to LaPie, right wing. LaPie looking, letting the offense work. They bounce pass inside for Lehman. Lehman tracks it down just before going out of bounds. Picked up now by Brandon Bryn. Looking to pass off, gives it to McKenzie. Out front to LaPie. LaPie fakes right, goes left, puts it up at the backboard, no good. Rebound tracked down by Brandon Bryn, his fifth. Lindsay ahead to Brown. Brown over McKenzie, no good. Rebound fought for Last touch by Ethan Hamilton, and it will be Redmen basketball. 6:48 left to go in the third quarter, 26-19. Plainville leads Smith Center. Full court pressure put on by the Cardinals as Kelch has it back to Lehman. Lehman to everybody clear out, goes one-on-one with Anders Dewey. Crosses over across the timeline. Picks up his dribble, now back out front between the circles to Tarek Kelch. Kelch drives in on A.J. Brown. Stopped by Brandon Brin. Rolls off the front of the iron, rebounded by Brin. Has sixth of the ball game as Ethan Hamilton underneath the basket. Kicks out to Cameron Lindsay. He'll drive in. Steps back out left corner. Now to Brin at the free throw line over Tegan McKenzie. No good. Rebound put back by A.J. Brown. No good. And rebounded by Nolan Lehman. Unofficially, the double-double now for Nolan Lehman. 15 points, 10 rebounds with that last one. Lehman dribbles over to the right wing. Guarded by Dewey. Dewey tips it out. Fight for the ball. Dewey comes away with the steal. And now Overmiller fights with Hamilton and Dewey. Overmiller comes away with the steal. Back it's to Lehman. Down to Lepai. Lepai in the right corner with it. Guarded by Dewey. Picks up his dribble at the right wing. Looking. Double teamed. It was a Lehman. And the Cardinals touch it last, and it will remain Redmen basketball as it goes out of bounds as the Orr comes back in. Kelch going to take a seat. 5:39 left to go in the third quarter. Looking for our first points of this third quarter by either team, as it was 26-19 at halftime. Again, 5:39 left to go here in the third. Still 26-19. Overmiller needs to get it in. Still looking. Now finds Tegan McKenzie. McKenzie in the paint. Turnaround shot over Brandon Brin. No good. Rebound saved in by Orr. Nope. Going to be out of bounds. So it'll be Cardinal basketball. 5:32 left to go in the third quarter. Plainville leads Smith Center 26-19. Dewey in the backcourt. Lets the offense set up as he works against Davion Orr out front. Hands it off to Cameron Lindsay. Lindsay down to the right corner. Hamilton's three on its way. Too much. No good. Rebound. Brown couldn't come down with it. It'll be Redmen basketball as Tarek Kelch and Benji Carr both come back into the ballgame for the Redmen. And Nolan Lehman going to take his seat. Also taking a seat is Taylor Lepai. 5:15 left to go in the third at 26-19. And we're still at the same score we were at halftime as Plainville leads by 7. Overmiller works against Hamilton across the timeline for the Redmen. Top of the key is Overmiller. Picks up his dribble there. Now looking to pass off. Tries to get it to Orr. Orr dribbles out to the right corner. He dribbles up to the right wing. Orr all the way back out. Now to Kelch left wing. Top of the key to McKenzie. He works against Brandon Brin. Down to the right wing to Orr. Out front to Overmiller. Overmiller on the dribble. Picks it up top of the key. Back to Kelch right wing. Kelch to McKenzie. They swing around a Carr in the left corner. Inside for Kelch. And a ball, going to say, out of bounds. Last touch by the Redmen. Madden Staub and Trenton Downing coming into the ballgame. A.J. Brown and Ethan Hamilton going to be taking a seat. 4:38 left to go here in the third quarter. 26-19. Plainville leads Smith Center. Plainville basketball. Downing has it. Back out front to Lindsay. Lindsay with it to Brin on the right baseline. Back to Lindsay. Pump fakes. Dribbles out right wing. Gets a screen from Brin. Fires up the three. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Still fighting for it. Last touch, they're going to say. Last touch by the Redmen. As Nolan Lehman comes back into the ball game. Tegan McKenzie takes a seat. Lindsay has it. Kicks it out for Staub. Off of Staub's hands. Out of bounds. Redmen basketball. 4:07 left to play here in the third quarter. 26-19 still our score. Neither team able to find the bottom of the basket here in the third quarter yet. As Overmiller gets the inbounds pass ahead to Orr. Orr pushes it up the court for the Redmen. Down to the right wing. Now to Carr. Carr to Overmiller for three. Good!
Wyatt Overmiller, 3.
So Wyatt gets the Redmen on the board. They now trail by 4, 26-22. 3:45 left to go in the third quarter. Lindsay to Staub, left corner. Now out front to Dewey between the circles. Dewey drives in. Shot is up, off the glass and good. And Anders Dewey gets his first points of the ball game. Puts the Cardinals back up by 8, 28-22. Lehman looks for Carr over his head, out of bounds, and a turnover on the Redmen. Their 7th of the ball game. Unofficially, both teams 7 turnovers so far in this game. 3:28 left to go in the third. Plainville leads by 6, 28-22. Dewey inside over Lehman and good. Anders Dewey starting to take over here in the third. He was scoreless in the first half. Now with 4, has all 4 points for the Cardinals here in this second half as Lehman drives in. And a block going to be called on Brandon Brin. His second personal foul, second Cardinals team foul. So Nolan Lehman to the free throw line.
For Brandon Brin, his second, team second. Nolan Lehman to the line to shoot 2.
So Lehman at the free throw line. First one's on its way, no good. McKenzie comes in. Carr going to take a seat. 8-point ball game, 30-22. Plainville leads by 8 with 3:19 left to go here in the third. Nolan's second one is good. He's got 16. And it makes it 30-23, a 7-point game once again. Plainville leading by that 7-point margin. Dewey gets a screen from Brin. Down to the right corner to Downing. Back to Dewey. Dewey works against Kelch. Gets a screen from Brin again. Drives inside. Shot is up off the back of the iron. No good. Rebounded by Nolan Lehman, his 11th. Under 3 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Plainville leads by 7, 30-23. Lehman working against Dewey. Gives it off to Orr in the right corner. Orr back inside for Lehman. Lehman underneath the basket. Works against Dewey. And Dewey going to get a charge drawn on Nolan Lehman. Nolan's first Redmen team foul.
Fouls on number 24, Nolan Lehman, his third, team first.
Hamilton and Brown come in. Brin and Downing take a seat. 2:44 left to go in the third. 30-23. 7-point ball game. The Plainville Cardinals lead by that 7-point margin. Hamilton brings it up the court. Dewey works against Orr. Kicks it out to Staub. Left wing down to the left corner to Hamilton. Hamilton on the dribble up to the left wing. He works against McKenzie now to Staub. They swing around to Lindsay. Lindsay going to get called for the travel. Good closeout there by Tarek Kelch defensively as Cameron Lindsay was wide open for 3. The closeout by Kelch forced him to try to drive inside. Kelch ahead to Lehman. Lehman underneath to McKenzie. McKenzie jump stop shot up, no good off the rim. And Dewey comes up with the rebound. Dewey bounce pass ahead to Brown. His shot no good. Rebounded by Tarek Kelch. Kelch lets everybody clear out. 2:05 left to go and a 7-point lead for Plainville, 30-23. Here in the third quarter, Kelch works against Hamilton across the timeline behind the back dribble. And now Coach Miller wants a timeout. We'll take one with him. Minute 57 left to play here in the third quarter. Plainville leads Smith Center 30-23. You're listening to Redmen Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
Town and Country Animal Hospital, RHS Booster Club, About You Realty, Russell Recreation Commission, and KRS Service. Thank you for your support of the Amos Morris Basketball Tournament. And welcome back to Russell High School, Amos Morris Gymnasium, and the Amos Morris Classic. As the boys' third place game has a minute 57 left to go here in the third quarter, and it's still a 7-point ball game as Plainville leads Smith Center 30-23. Tarek Kelch, Wyatt Overmiller, Tegan McKenzie, Nolan Lehman, and Davion Orr for the Redmen. We await the Cardinals to come back out here. Anders Dewey, A.J. Brown, Ethan Hamilton, Madden Staub, and Cameron Lindsay for the Plainville Cardinals. And will be Redmen basketball out of the timeout. Minute 57 left to go here in the third quarter. Again, Plainville leads by 7, 30-23. Orr will inbound for the Redmen. Gets it into Overmiller in the right corner. tipped out by Hamilton, and turnover by the Redmen, their 8th. So still a 7-point ball game. 1:53 left to go here in the third. Plainville leads Smith Center 30-23. Staub tries to extend the lead, cannot with that three-pointer. Rebound, track down, still fighting for it. His body's hit the floor, and a jump ball going to be called, and it will be Plainville basketball. As Tegan McKenzie fought with a couple different Plainville Cardinals for that jump ball call. And again, it will be Plainville basketball. Dewey gets it into Lindsay. Lindsay gets a screen from A.J. Brown, picks up his dribble, now looking to pass off, goes out front to Hamilton. They swing it around to Dewey. Dewey works against Kelch, right side. Picks up his dribble down to Hamilton left wing, inside for Lindsay. Lindsay shot up and count the basket. He's heading the line for an and one. Lindsay's got 13, and this will be the second team foul on the Redmen. Fouls on Davion Orr, his first.
Basket's good by number 10, Cameron Lindsay. Fouls on number 2, David Orr, his first, team second.
Lindsay's and one attempt, no good. Rebound tracked down by Tarek Kelch. So Kelch brings it up the court, left to right on your radio dial for the Redmen. Ahead to Orr, right side. Orr now between the circles. Down to the left corner to McKenzie. Out front to Overmiller. Three's on its way for Wyatt. No good that time. Rebounded by Nolan Lehman, and he's going to be fouled. Third team foul on the Plainville Cardinals.
Fouls on number 23.
Fouls on A.J. Brown, his second. 32-23. Plainville leads with 1:08 left to go as McKenzie gets it. Pump fakes, drives in. Shot up in the paint, no good. Gets his own rebound. No, going to get called for over the back. His first personal foul, third Redmond team foul. 1:03 left to play in the third quarter. Plainville leads 32-23.
Tegan McKenzie, his first, team third.
32-23. Plainville leads Smith Center. Dewey gets it at the left elbow, out to Staub, left corner. A.J. Brown, top of the key, back to Staub. Staub drives in, kicks out to Lindsay. Lindsay dribbles down to the left corner, back up left wing. They look inside for Hamilton. Hamilton in the paint, quadruple teamed, and then stolen away by Tegan McKenzie. Hands it off to Overmiller, and with 38 seconds left, the Redmen bring it back up the court, trailing 32-23. Kelch, left corner three, no good, left it short. Rebound fought for, and Madden Staub comes away with the basketball. Staub ahead to Dewey, no look pass to Lindsay, right block up and good.
Cameron Lindsay,
15 points for Cameron Lindsay, and the Plainville Cardinals with their biggest lead of the game. They now lead by 11, 34-23. Overmiller ahead to Lehman. 10 seconds left. Nolan passes it ahead to Orr, stolen away by Staub. They get it to Dewey. 4 seconds. Dewey, left wing three, buries it. That's how the third quarter ends. 37-23. Plainville leads Smith Center here at the end of three. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Redmen Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Yep.
Three, two, one.
Welcome back to Russell High School in the Amos Morris Classic. 37-23. Plainville leads Smith Center here in the boys' third place game. So we start the fourth quarter. Overmiller, McKenzie, Lehman, Carr, and LaPie for the Redmen. Lindsay, Hamilton, Dewey, Staub and Bryn for the Cardinals. As again, Plainville leads 37-23. LaPie drives all the way inside. His shot no good. Rebounded by Anders Dewey, his 7th. Dewey passes ahead to Lindsay. Lindsay's layup, good. Again, Dewey with a little bit of a no-look pass, this time to his left. And now a foul going to be called. Foul is on Brandon Bryn.
Brandon Bryn, his 3rd, team 4th.
His 3rd, team 4th. And Coach Patrick Miller wants a timeout to talk things over with his team. We'll take it with him as Plainville leads Smith Center 39-23 here in the boys' 3rd place game. You're listening to Redmen basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to the Amos Morris Classic as Lehman gets it to Kelch. Kelch behind the defense. Jump stop, layup. No good. Left it short. Rebounded by Cameron Lindsay. Lindsay gets it ahead to Dewey. Dewey to Staub. Staub's layup, good. Staub's got 11. Dewey's got 6 assists. And Plainville now leads 41-23 as now Hamilton comes away with a steal. Shot by Dewey is good. Dewey's got 9 all here in the second half. 43-23, a 20-point lead for the Plainville Cardinals. They led by 7 at halftime. They extended that 37-23 as Dewey comes away with the steal. Dewey's layup is good. And just like that, Dewey now in double digits. He's got 11. Kelch leads the break. Dribbles down to the right wing, picks up his dribble with 6:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. 45-23, Plainville leads Smith Center. Kelch gets it inside, a shot in the paint, no good. Rebounded by Bryn, his 7th. Ahead to Lindsay. Lindsay going to drive in. Right block, shot in. He'll head to the free throw line. 4th team foul on the Redmen, and the 1st on Wyatt Overmiller. 6.5 to go in this ball game. Plainville leads 45-23. 22-point lead for the Cardinals. Make it 23 as Cameron Lindsay now has 18 points. A big game for Cameron Lindsay as, he hit 3 3-pointers back in the first half. And, it's been a few layups here in the second half. Misses the second one, rebounded by Overmiller. Bounce pass to Kelch, back to Overmiller across the timeline, 6:20 left to go. They get it inside for Lehman. Nolan goes to work on the left baseline, picks up his dribble, looking to pass off, and a foul going to be on Brandon Bryn. That's his 4th personal foul, 5th Cardinals team foul. A.J. Brown getting set to come in for the Plainville Cardinals. 6:17 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Plainville leads up 46-23. Brandon Bryn going to take a seat. Wyatt Overmiller will inbound for the Redmen. Gets it into Kelch. Back out front to LaPie. LaPie on the dribble and a 3-second violation on the Redmen. 12th turnover of the ball game for the Redmen as Tegan McKenzie comes back into the game. And Taylor LaPie going to take a seat. 6:11 left to go. Plainville leads 46-23. Anders Dewey coming alive here in the second half. Again, held scoreless in the first half. Has 11 here in the second half as Nolan Lehman blocks that one out of bounds. His first block of the ball game. And the Cardinals will have to reset things underneath. 6:02 left to go in this game. And Plainville leads 46-23. Anders Dewey will inbound. It does so to Cameron Lindsay. Lindsay on the dribble, working against Wyatt Overmiller. Drives in. And right into the hands of Davion Orr for the steal. Orr leads the break. Across the court pass to Overmiller. Right corner, Overmiller. Jumper, good. Wyatt's got 5, and it makes it 46-25. It's now foul going to be called here on the Redmen, their 5th team foul.
Fouls on number 10,
Fouls on Wyatt Overmiller, his second.
Team fifth.
Cameron Lindsay brings it up for the Cardinals. 5:40 left to go in the ball game. Dewey drives in, kicks it back out to Hamilton, out front to Brown, around to Lindsay, left side. Back to Hamilton, right wing, down to the right corner to Brown. 5.5 to go in the ball game. Plainville leads 46-25. Staub thought about the three, instead gives it to Hamilton. Back out front to Brown. Brown drives in, kicks it out to Staub. This time he will put up the three, and he buries it.
Madden Staub for three.
Staub's got 14, and Plainville leads 49-25. 5:13 left to go in the ball game. Boys, a third place game from the Amos Morris Classic. Overmiller gets it inside for Lehman. Good.
Lehman for two.
Lehman's got 18, and Plainville leads 49-27. A.J. Brown going to get called for the travel. 11th turnover of the game for the Cardinals. 49-27, Plainville leads Smith Center. 4:53 left to go in this fourth quarter. It's going to be McKenzie with it. Ahead to Overmiller. Overmiller brings it up the court for the Redmen. Ahead to Davion Orr. Orr up to the right wing, out front to Kelch. To the left wing to McKenzie. Inside, and going to have a foul called here on the Cardinals. Their 16th foul.
Fouls on number 11.
Fouls on Anders Dewey, his second. 49-27. Plainville leads Smith Center. 4:44 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Overmiller inbounds to Kelch. Kelch puts up the three, no good. Rebounded by Dewey. Gets it ahead to Lindsay. Lindsay up under and good. Lindsay's got 20, and the Plainville Cardinals lead 51-27. 4:24 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Lehman brings it up, working against Dewey. Gets it across the timeline. Lehman drives all the way and stops and pops in the paint. Good.
Nolan Lehman.
Lehman's got 20 now, and the Plainville Cardinals lead 51-29. 4:10 left to go in the ball game. Hamilton dribbles back out, going to reset the offense for the Cardinals. 4 minutes left to play in the ball game. Down to Lindsay. Lindsay, right block. Blocked by Tegan McKenzie. Blocked again by Tegan McKenzie. As now they set back up with Brown out front. Gives it back to Hamilton. Hamilton back to Dewey. Dewey drives in, shot is up over McKenzie, and it rolls in. He's got 13 now. Lehman inbounds to Tegan McKenzie. McKenzie back to Lehman. Lehman drives in, a blocked, and no, a foul going to be called here on the Cardinals. There's 17 foul. So 3:21 left to go in the ball game. Plainville leads 53-29, and Coach Miller wants a timeout. We'll take it with him as you're listening to Redmen basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
Smith Center full time.
Okay. .21 left to play here in the fourth quarter of the boys' third place matchup here at the Amos Morris Classic. The Plainville Cardinals lead the Smith Center Redmen 53-29. As we await both teams to come back out here for the remainder of this game. Again, 3:21 left to go. Tegan McKenzie, Nolan Lehman, Davion Orr, Wyatt Overmiller, and Tarek Kelch for the Redmen. Anders Dewey, Ethan Hamilton, A.J. Brown, Madden Staub, and Trenton Downing for the Plainville Cardinals. Lehman will be at the free throw line for the Redmen. First one for Lehman is good. He now has 21. back in. Unofficially a double-double for Nolan Lehman. 21 points, 12 rebounds is what I have him for. Second one for Lehman is no good. Rebound by Madden Staub. Dewey has it out front. 3:15 left to go in the ball game. Downing puts up the three, and it's good. Seventh assist of the ball game for Anders Dewey, and the Plainville Cardinals lead by 26. 56-33 minutes left to go in the game. Lehman has it right wing for the Redmen. Looking, still looking, tries to get it into Kelch. Tipped out by Downing, and it will remain Redmen basketball. 2:52 left to go. And the Plainville leading by 26, 56-30. Overmiller to inbound. Gets it into Kelch in the right corner. Picks up his dribble at the right wing. Now looking, finds Overmiller top of the key. Deep three for Wyatt. Good!
Wyatt, Overmiller, 3.
Overmiller's got 8. And that makes it 56-33. Plainville leads with 2:35 left to go in the ball game. Hamilton has it out front. Tipped out. Hamilton tracks it back down, and he's double teamed. And Coach Dries calls a timeout. 2:27 left to play. 56-33. Plainville leads Smith Center. We'll be back right after this as you listen to Redmen Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Okay.
And go.
2:27 left to play in the ball game. Plainville leads Smith Center 56-33. Ethan Hamilton, Anders Dewey, Trenton Downing, Madden Staub, and now out there is A.J. Brown for the Cardinals. For the Redmen, Overmiller, Carr, LaPie, Lehman, and McKenzie. Hamilton has it to Brown, right wing. Brown out front to Hamilton. Now to Staub, back to Brown, down to the baseline, tipped out, and stolen away by Nolan Lehman, his third steal. Carr ahead to Overmiller. Overmiller's layup, good.
Wyatt, Overmiller.
Overmiller's now got 10, and it makes it 56-35 with 1:56 left to go in the ball game. Dewey to Hamilton, skip pass to Downing again for 3. No good. Rebounded by Lehman. He's got 13 rebounds. Overmiller brings it up the court for the Redmen. Carr has it. Going to drive in. Picks up his dribble now to Lehman. Lehman puts up the 3. Left that one well short, and it goes out of bounds. Minute 32 left to go. 56-35. Plainville leads Smith Center. Brin comes back in. Lindsay comes back in. Dewey going to take a seat. And A.J. Brown going to take a seat. Staub brings it up to Lindsay. Tipped out by Carr. Staub tracks it back down, though. One-handed pass ahead to Brin. Brin backs in. Now kicks it back out to Staub. Back to Brin, right corner. He'll put up the 3. It's no good. Rebound tracked down by Tegan McKenzie, his 5th. McKenzie ahead to Overmiller. 1:10 left to play in the boys' third place matchup, and it is Plainville over Smith Center, 56-35. LaPie has it, right corner. He's going to drive into the paint. Splits the defense, loses it out of bounds. Picked up by Overmiller, or by Lehman. Now to Overmiller for 3. Off the front of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Overmiller. Overmiller again for 3. This time good.
Wyatt, Overmiller, 3.
He's got 13. Makes it 56-38. Plainville leads Smith Center with 40 seconds left to go as Brin inside. Shot is up over McKenzie, no good. McKenzie gets the rebound. And it makes it Smith Center basketball. They trail 56-38. 30 seconds left to go in the ball game. Carr drives all the way in. Left baseline shot. Rolls out. No good. Rebound fought forward. Jump ball going to be called. And it will be Plainville basketball. 24 seconds left to play. Plainville leads Smith Center 56-38 here in the boys' third place game of the Amos Morris Classic. Downing going to walk it up the court. Gets it across the timeline. Now down to Hamilton. Back to Lindsay. Back to Hamilton, right corner. 13 seconds left. I'm sure the Cardinals just looking to run out the rest of the game. 10 seconds left as Coach Trees tells Lindsay to back out. Now Downing has it back to Lindsay. 4 seconds left. Lindsay looks to Coach Trees, and that's going to do it. Plainville is your third place winners, 56
Your final score.
to 38.
38, Plainville 56.
We'll be back to wrap up the ball game right after this as you're listening to Redmen basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.